Good day, everyone. My name is Oladele, and we are back today talking about cancer in the African and Black community. I represent the African Cancer Support Group, where we support cancer patients, cancer survivors, caregivers, and their families. We bridge the gap between the hospital and the cancer survivors and cancer patients. So the support that we provide enables the survivors to get some of the things they are unable to get from the hospital. We provide culturally appropriate counseling, culturally appropriate meals, house cleaning, complementary therapies, and a lot more. Today, my guest is Adeola Adesemowo. How are you?
Very well. I feel so honored to be here this morning. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. Please, could you tell us about yourself?
I am Adeola Adesemowo. I came to Canada in 2019 as a permanent resident. And why did I come to Canada in the first place? Failed relationship. I got tired of my banking career. I just wanted a change. And then I took the initiative to apply for the permanent residence program, and I arrived here in March of 2019. It's actually 4 years this month.
Wow, congratulations.
And I just did my citizenship ceremony, so it's been an exciting month for me.
That's good.
I was born in a very small family of very small people. We're not very close-knitted, but we do the bits we can do for each other. And my journey here has been very worth it, I would say, because I am glad cancer met me in Canada and not in Nigeria.
Wow.
So I'm single, I'm 38 years old, and I'm a happy person.
Wow. Wow, thank you. I like that word, or I don't know whether I should say I like the word. You said you are glad that cancer met you in Canada. What does that mean?
Well, Nigeria is still a developing country, and we do not have free health care. And even if you're rich, I think you still cannot get the best of health care as you would get right here in Canada. So if I were to be in Nigeria when this happened, with the job I had, I don't think I would have even been able to, meet up with the expenses that comes with dealing with cancer. So I'm glad I am here.
Wow. Can you tell us how you were diagnosed?
These days, I don't regard that particular day as a sad day anymore because it has come to be my new normal and my new truth. It was October of 2021. I was in the shower and I felt a lump in my left breast and my left armpit. And I felt like, this is unusual because I know my body. I've always been someone that takes care of my body. Well, besides being fat or being on the big side, I do every other thing right. So I felt the lump and I took it up with my family doctor, the one I had back then. And he told me, it could just be your hormones. You could just be a cyst or something. But I insisted and I told him, no, I know my body. This is not hormonal. I would like this to be investigated. And we're going back and forth. He was trying to discourage me, but I kept insisting I wanted it checked out. And we did that. I went for the mammogram 2 weeks after I saw him. I did an ultrasound, and then I was told that it's like it has a higher percentage of being cancer.
Wow.
And then I had to go for a biopsy, and it was confirmed as stage 3 HER2 positive cancer.
Wow. Do you still have the same doctor? Or did you?
No, I changed him.
Good.
Once bitten, twice shy.
Yeah, I asked that because you don't want to stay with the same doctor who doubted you, saying that I felt something here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how is your new doctor?
Oh, she's amazing.
Okay.
And besides the fact that she's a doctor, she also understands my culture because she's Nigerian.
Oh, that's good.
So she's amazing.
And that's, I would call, culturally appropriate health professional.
Exactly.
That's good. Now, how has your journey been?
Being here, dealing
Your journey with the cancer diagnosis and treatment, how has it been?
At first, I thought my world was crashing because I was here all by myself. I was alone. I lived alone. I didn't have lots of friends. It was we're just getting out of the COVID period. It was a roller coaster at first, dealing with all the appointments. You could have like as much as 15 appointments in a week.
Yes.
And then dealing with chemo all by myself. You know, I had no family. I didn't have lots of friends. I didn't know about this wonderful family as at then. I wish I knew. But now, looking at the way things are now with the SG family and my sister landing here sometime late last year, it's been better. I have come to accept my new normal. I have settled into this new normal. So I have progressed very well. I have.
Wow. I know that going through cancer treatments does affect people's mental health once in a while. Did it affect you?
I would say yes, in some ways. I think the major part for me was when I had my surgery. I had a bilateral mastectomy, which is like double mastectomy. They took out both of my breasts, and I did a reconstruction thereafter, like immediately. I think the major part of my mental health was me now feeling like this part of my body is no more my breast and it's not private anymore. Maybe it was because I used my stomach. So like right now I can just pull off and show anybody that cares to see that, oh, look at this. Unlike before that I had my whole breast, that's I felt it was more private, but now because it's my stomach that replaced my whole breast, it feels to me like it's not private anymore. So adjusting to that, you know, the new part of this part of my body, I think it's affecting me mentally in a way. And then sometimes I think about, you know, how I look. I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, oh, I wish I could have my whole body back because, of course, I added tons of weight because of medications. And it's just, I think mostly it has been on how I look.
Okay.
How I look.
You know, cancer treatment does affect people's look. Some people, they lose weight. And some people along the line, they gain weight.
Yeah.
But trust me, you will go back to your number. I don't know if your doctor told you.
Absolutely.
I'm using that because of my husband's treatment. When he was going through his treatment, he gained weight, then he lost weight. He was like 1. Then now he's coming back to himself. Right. So I want to go back to using part of your stomach to do reconstruction to your breast. Do you feel as if it's still your body or no?
I do feel it's my body, but I feel like it's not one of the private parts of my body anymore. Because, you know, before cancer, you could wear things that would show your stomach. So using that particular part that I was able to show off in the past to the public without feeling like I'm indecent, in quotes, now for somewhere that used to be very private just feels like it's not private anymore.
What if after you did the mastectomy, there was no option for reconstruction? What would you have done?
I think it would have been worse because I remember telling somebody that was just going to have a reconstruction surgery. she was thinking she would only just have one breast reconstructed and not do anything to the other breast and leave the whole breast in place because there was no cancer there. But I told her something. I said, if I had left, because I also had just one breast cancerous, if I had left the other breast in place and not have a mastectomy there too, seeing the whole breast and the new one would make me feel like the new one is seriously ugly. So it is best to have both as new, because it helps to forget how the old one looks like, when you just see the new ones only.
Can you take us through what is meant by, you said something positive, double, I mean, your diagnosis, what is it called?
Okay, so I have stage 3 estrogen positive and HER2 positive cancer.
Wow. Can you take us through, like, just explain to our viewers, people listening, so that they can understand what that means?
Okay, so there are different types, like so many types of breast cancer. I didn't know this until I was diagnosed as well, and I did a little bit of research. There are some that are not hormone positive; they are hormone negative. Mine, in my own case, mine was hormone positive, just the estrogen alone. I had progesterone negative, and then there's I've forgotten, I can't remember the long name for the HER2 positive, but it's HER2 positive, and there's some that are HER2 negative. The good parts, well, I don't want to say I had good cancer, because cancer is not good in any regard, but the good part of my type of cancer is that there's targeted therapy for it that destroys this particular HER2 cells. So I am one of the lucky few, because over the years there have been so many researches that have been able to come up with therapies that can kill the cells attached to the HER2 positive cancers. So that's the type I had.
The other time you mentioned chemo brain. What does that mean?
That is, well, it has its good and it has its bad. It's just these days you forget a lot of things, and it can be annoying, really. Sometimes sometimes I'll leave my living room to go to the bedroom to do something. It's less than 10 seconds walk, and then by the time I get to the bedroom, I don't even remember what I came there to do. So it's just forgetting random things, and cognitive abilities declines while going through some type of chemo. I went through the most aggressive chemo in the world. It's called the Red Devil. It's that's the name they call it, and it's actually red in color. It's very aggressive. So it causes a lot of side effects for me, which chemo brain is one of.
Well, thank you. I know that when my husband was going through his treatments, he also had what we call brain fog. Maybe that's what you refer to as chemo brain. Because brain fog is, you want to do something, the next second you have forgotten.
Oh, yeah.
And it can be embarrassing.
Very.
Maybe that thing is so important and you just forget.
Yeah.
So what he does is, he has this pen by his side. He will just write.
Yeah.
So I told him, write it on your phone. So as you are going, just put it there.
Yeah, I do that a lot too. I write down almost everything.
But it's, we are going to your bedroom to pick something. Do you want to write that one too?
Yeah, and it can be frustrating. Those are the things, you experience as a cancer patient, but people around you don't or cannot even understand, because at some points you can't even say some things, or you can't talk about some things because you don't want to come out as someone that is complaining or whining too much. And then for someone that has gone through the same thing, it's easier to talk about it. That's why this family is so important to me, the ACSG family. for example, my sister is here with me. I don't talk about a lot of things with her because she would not even understand. And I don't want to burden her with my burdens or the things that worry me. So cancer is, when people tell me now, oh, you're now cancer free, they didn't find cancer after your last set of tests, you're not cancer free. Oh, you should be out enjoying your life, you should be doing this, you're now fine. The truth is we're not fine and we can never be fine. It's a forever thing. Cancer is not something that you just forget about. Right now I'm sitting here, every second of the day I have pains in my body. But I can't tell someone walking by me or someone I live with that I have pains because the person obviously would not understand. And how many medications do I want to keep taking? I have constant pain. So cancer lives with you for the rest of your life. That is the honest truth. And it's not just even the pains. What about the anxiety? The thought of it coming back? It has a lot of effects on an individual. And I just hope that someday people would have the time or the interest to research about life after cancer for people that have gone through cancer.
Wow. Thank you. You've said it all. Like, when they heard that someone is cancer-free, people think, oh, yeah, the cancer is gone. My husband has been cancer-free since 2018. But the pain he goes through every day, every minute, every second, you cannot tell it to someone who doesn't even know anything about cancer. Cancer survivors, yes, it's not about, yes, you are cancer-free now, does it go home? No. It's like the side effects just started. I call it like aftershock.
Yes.
When there is an earthquake. I don't know if I can say it like that.
Yeah.
I call it like an aftershock when there is an earthquake. Because the aftershock after earthquake, sometimes even more, is like you don't know what will happen.
Exactly.
So how do you cope? What are your coping mechanisms?
Most times I listen to lots of music. I do listen to music a lot because sometimes I even feel like crying. Even now that I'm cancer-free in quotes, well, I still have a couple of treatments that I'm still going through, but I was declared NED, which means no evidence of disease. But for every headache I have, I think, could it be cancer? For every cough I have, I think, could it be lung cancer? For every sneeze I have, I feel like, could it be cancer? So these are the things cancer leave behind in its wake. But music is one thing I turn to all the time. It relaxes me, it calms me. And then I just also listen to my body. I make myself my priority in my life right now. I put myself first. No matter what anybody is saying, no matter what is going on around me, Adeola is number one. Unlike before that, I used to put everybody before me, but now I make sure that I come first because I am the only one that has dealt with this, that knows what I have gone through and will continue to deal with it for the rest of my life.
Wow. Now, you joined the African Cancer Support Group. How has it been? What can you say about the group?
It's been so amazing. I am so thankful for this group. And, you know, having that family that has been through what I have been through or what I'm still going through has been the most wonderful part of this journey for me because my immediate family couldn't have understood or couldn't have been as supportive as people that understand the intricacies and the basics of dealing with cancer. So this is a God-sent family for me, and I've met wonderful people. I've met very strong women. I've met people that you would see ordinarily and think, oh, they're just an ordinary people, but they're powerful people. Because I feel like every cancer survivor or thriver is a Superman.
Wow. Thank you, Adeola. So before we go, what would you like to say to people listening to you, watching you, hearing your story? What would you like to say?
One thing I will keep reiterating is advocating for yourself. I probably would not be here today if I had not advocated for myself. If I had listened to that family doctor that told me, oh, this is just hormonal, or this is just a cyst, and if I had gone home and just left it for another few months or, few years, I probably would be dead by now. So insisting, knowing your body, listening to your body, and insisting that you want every tiny bit checked out it cannot just be overemphasized. You need to advocate it for yourself. And if one doctor is not listening to you, please change your doctor. That's my advice.
Thank you. Yes, please change your doctor. And if you don't have a family doctor, please reach out to us. We have resources, we have information that can connect you to a family doctor. If you're in Alberta or wherever you are, you just need to plug in your postal code and it will give you the list of family doctors that are taking patients. So Adeola, in our community, it is a taboo to talk about cancer. One, what would you tell those that are going through the disease right now? And two, for those that don't even have cancer, what would you like to tell them about getting tested and all those things?
Okay, it's so unfortunate that even as exposed as our generation is, and as educated as most of us are, we still think cancer is something we should hide. It is not something that should be hidden. I experienced it from my immediate family. The only person that I told about my cancer diagnosis was discouraging me not to share it with some people. Oh, they would say, now you have cancer. Or, oh, she didn't get married and now she has cancer. Something is wrong with her. The truth is, you can never be an island. You cannot be an island on your own. You need to share. You need to learn how to share. Yeah, there are some things that should be private, but things that would help other people around you should not be kept secrets. You need to share. And honestly, we need to really we shouldn't take our bodies for granted. We need to be intentional with the way we treat our bodies. That's what I would say.
Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for listening to my guest today, Adeola Adesemowo. Once again, my name is Oladele and I'm with the African Cancer Support Group. You can reach us on africancancer.ca or send us an email at info@africancancer.ca. This program is brought to you by viewers like you, sponsoring us, donating to us. If you'd like to sponsor or donate or just help us in one way or the other, please reach out. Our website is scrolling down here. We'll be happy to have you. Thank you so much. So Adeola, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, welcome.